Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, just when you thought Harry and Meghan couldn't get any worse, between Megalodon's Instagram holiday videos that are all brown and gross and depressing and look like a funeral home in her Soho house, and what else have they done recently? Uh, so much Harry bullying and threatening people with his lawsuits. And now this. They actually fired some of their own employees just before Christmas. Can you believe it? Hi, Arian S. How you doing? Merry Christmas. Yes, thank you. Yeah, can you believe this? A few days before Christmas, they decide to fire their own staff. Wow. While Harry's playing polo with Archewell. The money he spent playing polo, he could have kept these people employed. Just saying. They're playing victims now and say, oh, well, we just have to fire you all. Harry and Meghan's Archewell charity, Harity there, scam, had a tough financial year, according to their records that are totally distorted and lies. After expenses soared and revenues plummeted as 3 more staff are let go. Wow, right? But they couldn't even wait till after the holidays. Yeah, I said it's time they will be accountable for their actions. Yeah, karma will get them. They may be above the law in many ways with their powerful Satanist pals, but karma, 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 very least. And I think it's already hitting Meghan. If you ask me, you see the way she looks. But anyways, back to this. It's been confirmed that it has been confirmed that 3 members of staff have been let go. Yeah, so this is not just a rumor. This is a fact. It's being published in the Daily Mail, which Harry is suing. So, they're not going to publish anything that they could be sued for. So, yeah, so it has been confirmed. 3 staff have been let go just before Christmas. So they go into the year, how they lost money, blah, 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 allegedly. All the millions and millions of US tax dollars they got through Biden and their Soros funded NGOs. Did you know CCDH was a George Soros thing? I was like, oh my God, of course it was. George Soros. So it says the previous year was a positive 2.4 million, net assets of 8.2. But this year, total expenses were 5.1 million with revenue of minus 2.5 million. Meanwhile, it can be revealed that 3 members, the power of 3 there, of staff at Archewell Foundation are being let go as it restructures under a new name. So it looks like part of the reason they made a new name was an excuse to get rid of some staff. Hi, Tiger Eye. How are you? Yeah, look at that. Isn't that evil? Right before Christmas, they couldn't wait until after the holidays. They couldn't just wait a few weeks and let them enjoy their Christmases. They had to let them go now. So evil. They were making a lot of money, though. It says the 3 staff were told their fate over a week ago, so just a week before Christmas. And that includes Kristen Slevin, director of programs and operations. The 990 form says she was making $146,000. I gotta tell you, they're making, it seems to me, a lot of money for doing what? I don't know. I mean, you couldn't pay me enough to work for those 2 demons. But I'm sure she earned every penny, but still, and knowing how cheap Harry and Meghan are, she no doubt did much more than what the salary was for. Wow. Philanthropies. My goodness. What a demon. She's such a demon. 2 of them are so gross and ugly and demonic. Ugh. And they won't discuss it. Say, we will not be discussing details any further, other than to say that we were honored to have worked with incredibly talented, caring people who dedicated themselves to helping others. The remaining staff include Harry's longtime advisor and friend and treacherous traitor who belongs in prison, James Holt, and charity pro Shauna Nepp, who also works with Justin Bieber's makeup businesswoman, wife Haley, and with music mogul Scooter Braun. Yeah, new name to further confusion. Yeah, especially with the taxes. And following the money flow, and to erase their past. They took down the entire website. They just erased everything, and that's going to be scrubbed out, just like Meghan's history and her mother Daria going to prison. It's all going to be scrubbed out. You won't be able to find it in Wayback Machine. They're just going to, as Meghan's got those connections with the globalists that can completely erase whatever they want off the internet. Yeah, that's what they always do. You can't find anything about these people. But they want all of your personal information and your home and your address and your social security and everything else of your personal nature. They want that all over the internet, right? Oh my God. They said the change is said to have made it to streamline the organization's administrative structure. Yeah, administrative structure. Give me a break. It's Meghan going around screeching and screaming at people. It's like they act like it was a business. Didn't even have an office or anything. They all worked from home anyways. Is what I gather. Malarkey as usual, exactly. Couple said Archewell philanthropies would continue to be fully charitable. Yeah, only to Marxist communists and people who are destroying America. Uh-huh. So evil. They're so evil and ugly, demonic, satanic. Announcement. Oh, that's another thing. They actually called it a Christmas picture. The announcement came as Harry and Meghan released a Christmas picture. You call that a Christmas picture? They're standing in a garden and it's totally photoshopped or AI, one or other or both. Totally fake and phony. Says, yeah, you said DE, we don't know what's going on, but the Markles don't come out, tell the truth where Dorito was. They're all grifters. Exactly. None of the Markles, exactly. None of them have ever, they're all silent about where was Doria and they have nothing to say. Nobody knows nothing. But they all want you to donate money to them, that's for sure. They all have a GoFundMe account, right? Give us money, but we're not going to tell you anything worthwhile. Yeah, so there you have it. They have, just to be evil and satanic, they decide to fire some people right before Christmas, huh? So I just thought we'd look at this. Yeah, they don't mention Christmas evils. Yep, yep. Yes, and there was some embarrassment when it was launched, and that it emerged that a cat sanctuary in Port Talbot and a boy in a tent raised more for charity in 2020 than Harry and Meghan's Global Foundation, which declared an income of less than 50,000. Yeah, that's because Harry and Meghan are lying. They get all kinds of money streaming in from Biden. But yeah, they actually showed that a boy in a tent raised more money for a cat sanctuary than Harry's and Meghan's Global Foundation. I mean, if that doesn't tell you what a scam this whole thing is, I don't know what does. And Harry and Meghan are paying employees hundreds of thousands. How much does James Holt make? I'm sure it's a windfall. Whatever's on the record, whatever he's making, he's making a lot more. Sure, he's embezzling into overseas accounts or something. They're all such criminals. They're all such satanic criminals. So, anyways, this is what Meghan and Harry are doing. Are Harry and Meghan just desperate, or are they just evil? Or desperate and evil? What is they're letting their own people go? So they're weakening themselves. It seems. So what is it? Why are Harry and Meghan? Oops, this one is flying out. This one popped out. Oh, look at that. This is like a tower kind of vibe with this card reversed that came out. Keys on trees, it's called. Wow. Yeah. Releasing people there. The elephant in the room. Where's the birth certificates? Who's the doctor that allegedly delivered those Meghan's alleged babies that she allegedly gave birth to? And where was Doria? Where was Doria for 8 years? Which prison was she in? Yeah, so that's clouding over things. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm getting they're restructuring here for sure. Oh yeah, there's the Harry and Meghan card. The art of seduction here. hmm Harry and Meghan trying to revamp themselves, trying to rethink things here. Oh, under my umbrella. hmm Yeah. Yeah. Harry and Meghan definitely trying to weather the storm here. This person's in a rainstorm and trying to, I see this as like Harry and Meghan on the Archewell bird here. See, this bird is like on the ground. He's not flying because Meghan is still waiting for her political career to take off there. And that's why they need Archewell and this facade of being philanthropists. And things are not going as planned. Things are not taking off as she'd like. And so they're trying to do what they can, weathering this storm of Trump and everything they've got coming from them, and they're preparing for audits and whatnot. Yeah, you said they're both desperate, probably separate, but money coming less. Yep. Oh yeah, much less money from the government. Yes, happy Christmas, Fifi Lamoo. Uh-huh. Wow, 4:30 a.m. there. Wow, it's very early. Good for you getting up so early. Yeah, I don't think I can get up 4:30 a.m. unless I have a flight or something. Ay, ay, ay. My heart goes out to anyone who's traveling at this time of the year. You couldn't pay me to travel anywhere. I'm staying home. I'm just relaxing. I'll be around as usual. I'll be here. So, anyways, let's take a look. Harry and Meghan being evil, and how's this going to work out? Losing 3 employees who are no doubt going to hate them now. You let them go, they're going to turn on you. They're going to squawk. They're going to be going to the Holly. Are they going to go to the Hollywood Reporter? Let's see. Yeah, why did Meghan and Harry decide to fire people just before Christmas and ruin their holidays with their families? Pretty evil. Yeah. What are they expecting to happen from this? And how's it going to turn out for them? And were these employees, do they really hate these employees, or are they just doing it because they don't care about anyone and they have no feelings for humanity in general? They're the most anti-human couple ever. Yeah, you heard the Harkles plan to go to Australia. Yeah, Australia has turned into a communist, turning more and more communist, satanic every day. Harry and Meghan will be in there. No wonder they want to go there. They want to help push the tyranny. That's what they want to do. They love it. Censorship. hmm All right, let's take a look here. What's going on? Why Harry and Meghan? How they feeling about firing 3 employees just before Christmas? So evil. So evil. Unbelievable. Let's see what the cards show. Is it more financial? Is it more evil? Let's find out. Oh, 7 of Wands. So I see here their job and the way Meghan sees them. First of all, you can see this is Meghan abusing them on a daily basis, which you know she does. But I also see she loves exerting her power. I think she's enjoying firing people, hiring people. She just loves being in that position of someone who fires and hires people and pretending to be some royalty. Yeah. So she was definitely doing this, enjoying being abusive and just showing them who's boss around here. Uh-huh. Ooh, 3 of Swords reversed. Yeah. Oh, it was getting nasty. She was nasty and bully. She was a nasty bully to them, excessively so. And yeah, she wanted to hurt them. She wanted to stab them in the heart. hmm Wow, these are 2 very angry cards here. 7 of Wands, the woman that's Megan up here beating them down, and then 3 of Swords reversed, stabbing him in the heart. She wanted to hurt them. This was vicious. This was take that. Um, the Duchess of Sussex. Yeah, this was a real power tripping and being evil and nasty. Yeah, she is evil and cold. So this was to be abusive and to show who's boss and to scare the, because don't forget when they fire some people, it's like it's a message to the other people. The Satanists and the communists love doing this. The same thing, like somebody mentioned in the comments, and thank you to the person who commented this. They said about that GB News where the woman came out and allegedly slipped up and said, "Oh, Doria went to prison," and then she had to come back on a few days later, and she looked like she was MK Ultra, and she's like, I said in the previous podcast that Doria went to prison, but now I stand corrected. It was misinformation from the internet." You know, people are saying that was a message to us, like you better not talk about it. Because this is how they do it. So, because everybody's been talking about Doria going to prison for 8 years, right? I mean, it's been an ongoing thing. And now suddenly they seem to be wanting to abuse people about it. So I think Meghan firing these people is to scare the other employees into, fear, spread fear to them. Yeah, to feel like a queen. Exactly, Tiger Eye. She feels like she's a queen. The base of it all. Oh, look at that. Queen of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is a woman who is not mentally sound. In this case, I see it as a lot of emotional wreckage. She's trying to portray herself as doyen of the kitchen, right? Like Martha Stewart. And instead, she is unhinged, alcoholics pushing her alcohol, which she just, how is it legal for her to sell alcohol? I mean, aren't there strict laws and regulations about liquor licenses? And she even pushed it in the grandmother's or godmother's bookstore, and they didn't even have a liquor license. And they put all these lies out that, oh no, it wasn't a real bottle of wine. It was plastic ice in an empty bottle. I mean, give me a break. I mean, this woman's crazy. She just does whatever she wants. She thinks she can get away with whatever she wants, and she's completely emotionally and mentally insane and diabolical and out of control. So Meghan is very out of control here for sure. Yeah, no one can stand her. Exactly. Yeah. Awful woman. Awful. This is all Meghan for sure. What prompted this? Oh, 6 of coins reversed. So money was part of it. You see these people with their hands out. Meghan can't stand the peasants constantly. They want the peasants to suffer, right? This is Meghan, the top 1%. Like in 2020 with the whole scamdemic, all the money shifted upward from they destroyed the middle class and gave it all to the top 1%. So they got wealthier. And that's why Meghan and Harry are trying to jump on. Yeah. And so, but I do see finances and, reconciling, reporting their finances. That's a concern. 6 of coins, business here, transactions. Yeah. Meghan is just like, nope, nope. We gotta cook our books and you're not a part of the recipe. So I guess now that Netflix is over as well, that's another factor into this. But I mean, I guess she has something new with Netflix, but it's not like her old deal. She's not getting the millions and millions she thought she was. So they are struggling, and then of course they're not getting the Biden bucks. So that's also part of it. So there's definitely restructuring here with their finances, and of course, as the report showed, if it is accurate, we'll never know unless the IRS audits them. But it looks like they have lost money and they're not getting new revenues of income. Yeah, yeah, she is aging badly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you couldn't send a wine basket to family in Canada, really? Oh, really? Wow. Hope they reported her to the BBB. Yeah, me too. They should. And they should come out and talk about it on and expose them, all their lies. So what's Megalodon Harry expecting from this? This looks like it's all Meghan. Oh, 2 of swords. Yeah, she's definitely expecting them, Omerta here. She's expecting them to keep their mouths shut for sure. And again, I get the idea of a silent message here. Like, you could be next. You better watch your step. So I think it's a silent message to the other employees, and as well as she's not going to say anything about it, right? This is like silent, like not talking, not revealing anything. They're just going to say, "Oh yeah, we had some restructuring, and we have a new company now, so That's all it is. It's nothing to do. There's no bad ill will. They're trying to make it seem like it was amicable, just like they tried to make it seem like it was an amicable split of Meghan and Netflix. But judging by the Seven of Wands and Three of Swords, there was nothing amicable about it. This was nasty and vicious and evil and deranged with this Queen of Cups in reverse. Meghan's out of her mind. She's losing it. The fact that she's not getting the money from Biden like she was used to. The bottom of it all, Queen of Coins. Isn't that interesting? You can see that as the Catherine card. Also, Meghan trying to compete with Catherine with that moon magic up there, that bloody moon, the red moon there, which is a violent moon. Yeah, so Meghan competing, trying to compete with Catherine Williams, also part of it. And the money there that she wants. You can see the Queen of Coins also as Meghan deserving. Meghan's disappointed. She's like, you didn't bring in the money. So F you. You're out. This is all about making her wealthier. It's all she's about. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they got to do a documentary on Princess Diana. Yeah, that's coming up. Yeah. Oh, like we need another one. The woman's been dead 35 years. Let her rest already. But no, Harry and Meghan got to keep bringing it up. Even though millions of people have died since 2021, Harry and Meghan know nothing about that. Just like the governments, they don't know anything about that. But they want to just keep harping on about a woman that died in a car crash in the 1990s. And it's like, shut up, Harry. Shut up, Harry. That's all Harry has to talk about. He has nothing else to talk about. That and polo and maybe nacho. Anyways, what were they so afraid of? What was she afraid of or not want? What was she so worried about? Oh, look at this Ace of Wands. My first thought when I first saw this, I saw a cross here. And it looks like an angel with a cross at first. I first glanced at it. Yeah, I think Meghan is afraid that the forces of good are taking her out. Her evil spell work isn't working. I think Meghan had much higher expectations because of all her spell work that she does with her Instagram videos. I mean, there's a lot of magic. She even uses the word magic. And I wouldn't doubt there's subliminal messages in the music. There's definitely messaging in the 13-second, marks. So there's a lot of Satanism going on there, as we know. She's wearing the black and white all the time. And she's doing, a lot of what do you call it? Santeria stuff with the flowers and the picking certain flowers or have magical properties and whatnot. Yeah. So I think she's concerned that the forces of good are not. She's not. Her dark magic isn't as successful. I mean, that whole thing with the video of her Princess Diana's tunnel really backfired on her, as well as when she was on stage at the concert there, the Harry spoke, Kevin Costner thing. So it just looks like her magic is waning. It hasn't been working. And so she's getting really upset and angry and furious now. So yeah, and her photoshops of her cards are so obvious. What's Meghan hoping for by firing these people? Oh, look at that. The lovers. It's been coming up a lot here. Power of 3 here. Meghan working. I see this as Meghan working with her cabal and trying to, number one, trying to reignite this love story of her and Harry, of course, but also I think this could be seen as her merger with Netflix and trying to make money, getting backing, serious backing and support from, George Soros or the government. I mean, she was working with Biden. So she does want to make new deals and she does want to keep pushing her lies and, keep going. So she is looking for new business partners, of course, but I don't think anyone wants to openly work with her. But she is, of course, getting a lot of support behind the scenes, it seems. Yeah, so she has very high expectations. She wants big business. And I guess the people she fired, I think she feels they didn't bring in the business she thought they should. Yeah, poor Photoshop. I mean, mainstream media doesn't say a thing. Right, because the globalists control the mainstream media and Harry and Meghan are with them. So Harry and Meghan can put up any AI video of her dancing with a fake belly bump and no one says a word. No one has anything to say about that fake belly bump in that dancing video. She's just shoving it in our faces saying, nah, I control the mainstream media to a certain extent. I mean, I still think the Daily Mail is putting out stuff maybe they don't want put out, but they control a lot, you know. So, and like I said, they got the GB Newswoman to apologize for them, unless they were working together on that all along. Yeah, they're competing with the royal family, of course, especially Catherine, of course. Meghan's very jealous of how much better she looks, and I think that's part of the reason why, or the main reason why Meghan has taken the Ozempic to stay skinny, skinny, skinny. Right? How did Meghan see these employees that she fired? How did she see them? Uh-huh. Ooh, 5 of Wands reversed. She didn't think very much of them. She did enjoy beating them down, though. I think she saw them as just pain in the neck. You can see as Meghan in the front with her employees in the back. Like she hires her employees to attack us, right? They're behind the Sussex Squad. They're behind taking people down. And because of the censorship being removed now and YouTube having to put the channels back up, etc., her employees don't have at the work that don't have the strength and the connections anymore to take us down as easily. So that's part of it. I think that she's frustrated with them, but she didn't feel they did good work, beating us down enough. And then, of course, they can't do it now. Yeah, creepy ritual belly. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, but yeah, they're she's definitely. Oh, you mean the ritual? Yeah, the fake pregnancy thing. Well, that AI dancing video with a towel under her dress. It was so obvious. The thing was pointed. Yeah, that fake video. Nobody in the mainstream media calls it out. You know, it's obvious to anyone with eyeballs. It's just so ridiculous. I mean, they're instigating us and making us because they want us to be like, what's going on? You know. It's to torture us. It's to mess with our minds. Don't forget that. Yeah. So yeah, she thinks Meghan thinks nothing of other people, minor arcana. She enjoyed beating them down and harassing them and bullying them for sure. The 5 of Wands, and of course the 7 of Wands over here with the 3 of Swords. She loves yelling at them, being nasty, just like she treated her staff at Kensington Palace. As Jason Knopf said, you know, Meghan always has someone in her sights. She enjoys undermining them, getting into their psychology, really harassing them, unnerving them, playing head games with them. She loves doing that kind of stuff. She's truly sick and twisted individual. Yeah, you said it was disgusting when MSN tore apart Catherine's Mother's Day photo. Well, I tend to think that may have been a setup for us. I don't know. I'm not convinced that they're not working with the royal family, quite honestly, because that seems like such a setup. It's like Catherine puts up a picture, a woman who's suffering from cancer, and they put kill shot on it. Now that could have been a threat from Meghan and her globalist friends to them, or it could have been that they're messing with our minds by having her picture ripped down and kill shotted while Meghan puts up all this garbage. So either this shows that Meghan and her side have more power over the mainstream media, or they could be working together to mess with our minds. I don't know, because everything Harry and Meghan do make the royal family look better, right? Now suddenly Catherine and William are just perfect, right? Which wouldn't be the case if you didn't have this horrible Harry and Meghan being so evil and horrible. So the whole thing could be just a good cop, bad cop theater for the masses. So I'm not, that's what I'm saying it. But not that Meghan doesn't hate Catherine and is jealous of her. I think she is. I also think Meghan's a man, but I think that there's definitely a competition here. And Meghan is a nasty, evil, satanic, demonically possessed woman. So, she just hates everybody, I think. There's a very angry cards here. There's a very ugly cards here. Meghan is just trying to find her. Maybe this could also be Meghan looking for her next sugar daddy. Everybody says she's trying to get somebody else wealthy and stupid to snatch. What's going to happen next now? Meghan's beat these people down, gotten rid of them. Oh my goodness. This one keeps coming up recently too. The Hanged Man reversed. So I think that the traitors are going to be more and more exposed here. Doesn't look good for Harry and Meghan at all. Everything's being turned upside down on them. But actually, I have it reversed, so I should say, but here it's this is interesting. This Hangman card, he's upright in the image. Normally, he's upside down in the image, so I have to read it like he's upside down, like here. So it's like this is like the Hangman. So I think that they are going to be more and more exposed for their traitorous activities. And I think things are going to be very slow for the next year or so. They're just going to be hanging out. I mean, this Archewell Foundation, Archewell Philanthropy, it's going to be doing nothing. It's going to be, just a lot of smoke and mirrors, and but actually not really doing anything. It's like hanging out and, of course, doing criminal activities. But other than that, not much else. Yeah, she's stuck. Exactly. She's finished. She's stuck. Yeah, she's just hanging out, but she is a villain, a criminal. And she's going to be playing the victim. So she might be playing up the race card or the misogyny card or the whatever card she can think of, she'll come up with. So I do see some victim, being playing the victim here. And in the long term, Page of Wands. So I do see that this will be part of her messaging with her PR publicity. I could see this also as a child. Of course, in this picture, it doesn't look like a child, but Page is usually children. But I could also take it more as information. There's a book. I see a book on the table. So she could be coming out with something. She's always been threatening to write a book, right? Publish something. So it could be maybe Omid Scobie is coming out with something. Isn't Omid Scobie working on a movie that's an entire copying of Meghan's experience, but they use a new name and say, oh no, it's a totally different situation. It's a PR woman who marries into the royal family. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you, Tiger Eye. Yeah, I think so. The whole thing was suspicious to me, and I think that I see a book here or information coming out. So I think somebody's coming out with something new. It could be Omid Scobie's new movie or some book of something that's going to be the big story that she's going to try to reignite that interest in them with revelations of things that they've been holding back. That's how Meghan keeps the interest, right? Her and her team. They withhold this information of where Doria was and where the children, who actually gave birth to the children, where they came from, and et cetera, et cetera. They keep all this hidden so they can put it in a book later and sell it well. So, I mean, it's all very strategic. And I think that this is something along those lines coming out there. Yeah, palace pressure, maybe. Yeah. But Archewell is just going to be for PR reasons. It's not actually going to do anything. It's just for Harry and Meghan because Meghan wants to be seen as an entrepreneur, as a founder. So that's why she has to have the Archewell to look good. That's all it's for. It's just for the press. I guess this also is just for the PR to make it look like she's a founder. You see when they put biographies of Harry and Meghan, founders and CEOs of Archewell. Yeah. So that gives, that's the only thing they have to give them some clout, because otherwise they have nothing. Yeah. Yeah, I hope TRG is right. TRG is doing excellent information research there. Yeah, retweet everything she posts. If she's tweeting the government, come on IRS, let's go investigate, let's go audit them, audit. Yeah, oh yeah, she's made amazing. She makes amazing videos about this. Yeah, her research is excellent. So I always say, watch it. Always catch every video. And I think this may be nearing the end here for Archewell. It's definitely struggling. I think Meghan is very angry. This was partly financial, but I think partly business, just in general, for her image. Yeah, I think Meghan's losing it. I think that she's not going to talk about it. Nobody's going to talk about it. She made them sign NDAs, and she probably threatened them if they dared to say anything. Yeah. Meghan is losing. Her and her forces are losing to the good. The light is shining on them, and Meghan can't handle it. It's making her crazy in the kitchen there. And yeah, she's hoping that, she can get some new deal here, some new business partner. But I don't see that happening. I see her just hanging out and just doing a little, doing her puff pieces and using Archewell for her PR a little bit. But it's not going to be a success at all. Not at all. So there you have it. That is what I see. Or why Megalodon and Harry, the Grinches who stole Christmas, of 3 of their employees that they fired a week before Christmas. Yes. Evil, evil, evil. So, all right. So until next time, everyone, thank you for being here. Great seeing you all. And I hope you all have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening. All right. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.